Okay. All right. I think we have microphone. I think we have a microphone. I think I can hear it. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. We might be able to hear me now. Can you hear me now? And I don't. I'm not sure I can get West Kagle up here with me. I don't see a way to do that. So that sucks because I really like having West Kagle up. But we will. Oh yeah! Holy crap! All right, we are live. Hey, fantastic to see y'all. Okay, we are golden. West, I think I'm gonna have to solo this one. I appreciate you, buddy, but well, you know what? I'll try one more time, West. This link, I don't see how it'll be any different than the others, but I'll try. Copy that and send it to West Kagle. All right, well, we'll see what happens, but I think I should. You should be able to hear me now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'm on YouTube streaming their streaming platform as opposed to StreamYards, and StreamYards is much more user friendly. Oh, you can hear me. Excellent. Hey, I want to say hello, and I'm not sure how to work all this. Let's go back to here, and can I post your comment? It won't. Fuck. Okay. Well, it won't let me. I'll just have to read them, and you'll have to take my word for it. Hey, Jason Love. Good to see you, my friend. Saying hello. And Miskatonic Madman says, we can hear you now. All right. Well, you know what? Let's throw up a picture of Guatemala so that you don't have to listen to or watch me while you listen to me. There we go. And I'm in the corner there. Okay. Now, can I move that? It doesn't let. Wow, this doesn't let me do anything. Shit. Okay, well, I'm stuck in the corner. That's how this is gonna go. And let's restart back to the start. Yes, those are black Santas. And there's the first screen. There we go. And those are volcanoes. Those are absolutely volcanoes in the background there with some smoke. Some of that is cloud, and some of that is actually smoke coming out of the volcanoes. They're not exactly dormant in Guatemala. And we have. I want to say hello to Miskatonic Madman. Says I can hear you now. Maddie's daddy, Steve M. I wish I could put your comment on the screen, but it's not letting me do that for some reason. But I want to say hello to Nemesis of Eden. It says I can hear you. Jason Love, hello to you. Herc130, excellent to see you. And West Kagle, okay, you can hear us now. Fantastic. All right, folks. West, this is unlike StreamYards at all. I don't know how to do anything here. It won't let me, I'm stuck with myself down in the corner here. It won't let me. I sent you another link, but if it's not working, then it doesn't look like there's any way to add you. So that sucks. And I don't even know how to put there's nowhere to put the messages, like the chats up on the screen. So that's kind of sucky. But yeah, good to see you. West Kagle says I can't join you. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I probably have to pay a boatload of money and then it'll work. West Kagle. Hey, and Old Man Bird, excellent to see you. Enterprises. That's a long ass name. I'm just gonna call you Old Man Bird. Gunnar, 1956. Excellent to hear you. To see you, my friend. Maddie's daddy. Excellent. Thanks for being here. If you can find 2 paper cups and a really long string, we can have West Kagle join us on the stream. So here we go. So this is Guatemala, and this is just outside of Antigua in central Guatemala. And Guatemala is just south of Mexico, and I might be able to pull up a map here. And yeah, that this is getting towards the evening, and yeah, there's volcanoes in the background there that you can see the pointy things, and then there's the yeah, and then the little bit of smoke coming out of the volcanoes, and a whole bunch of cloud in the background. So I just really enjoyed that photo. That's a nice photo. I like it. And moving on. So this was at a local market in Antigua, and Antigua is a it's a colonial city, I suppose, and which means it has a lot of Spanish influence. A lot of the architecture to me looked very European, very Spanish. And oh, here we go. Here is a map of Guatemala right there. I wonder if I can show the why. Okay, so there's that now. Why don't I see Antigua on the map here? Well, I'm not insane. I know that there is an Antigua. I just can't find it on the map, so that's not going to help me very much. All right, that's fine. I'll get back to this. The muted problem was all Carla's fault. I believe that to be correct, FKHC, Tim. Yes, indeed. So yeah, this had a local market in Antigua, and just all the different colors in the market were just well, beautiful. So that I thought that was photo worthy. Some sort of colored chalks and powders, not edible as far as I could tell. And now this is one of the main thoroughfares, and I took a there's a better picture right there uh, of one of the main buildings on one of the main thoroughfares. Let me just Google this. Antigua. I'm not crazy. Oh, wait a minute. Huh, I am crazy. Antigua is a Caribbean island. Huh. Well, I thought it was a town in Guatemala. Well, I know Lake Atitlan exists. I wonder where. Okay, it's not Antigua. I'll be fucked. Uh, let's take a look at the map. You know what? Let's take a look at this map here, and okay, stop sharing. Yeah, okay, and then share again. Let's look at where we're going here, folks. How about we do that? We'll share this and Guatemala. Here we go. All right, so here's the Guatemala map, and I can make this big. Oh, and hopefully I didn't just lose you. Sometimes I lose a stream when I do that, and I have no co-host, so I wouldn't know if I did. But there's the Guatemalan map up in the upper left corner, and here is zooming out. Here is. Hope I haven't lost you all. There is Central America. There's Florida right there, and Mexico ends right about here. Here's Cancun, and Guatemala is right below Mexico, with Belize on one side. That's the Caribbean coast, uh, and goes all the way up to Mexico. And then Guatemala is right here, with Guatemala City being somewhat in the middle. I guess more. A lot of the cities are more to the west, I suppose. And now this lake here is the lake that that we're going to be taking a lot of pictures. This area, the photos tonight are between Guatemala City and this lake here which is Lake Atitlan. I know I got that right. And yeah, Santiago Atitlan. So this is Lake Atitlan. Bingo, I did get that right. Antigua, I'll be damned. I don't know where I came up with that name. And the Panajachel is one of the main cities or towns around Lake Atitlan, and that is beautiful, as well as San Pedro de Laguna. So a lot of my photos are from there. Now, the yes, oh fuck me, there it is right there, Antigua, Guatemala. I couldn't even I googled it and it wouldn't even tell me this. I knew I wasn't. God damn it, I wasn't wrong. Guatemala City. Hopefully you're still with me. Here's Guatemala City, and on the way to Lake Atitlan, there is an Antigua, Guatemala. Although if you Google it, you have to be more specific than I was apparently. So there is Antigua, Guatemala. I'll be damned. There, I knew it. I knew it. I'm not crazy. So yeah, we're basically looking at the middle west, the western central part of Guatemala, and yeah, so there you go. To see if I've lost you guys at all. Oh no, I'm still okay. You're still me. Okay, because sometimes when I go big in StreamYards, it cuts everyone off. So there you go. That is Antigua. Fucking knew it. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. I can't put your chat up on the screen, but I do want to say hello to Nemesis of Eden, Molecular Arts, and David Jones, aka Kimberly. Good to see you. And Nemesis of Eden says, "That's what I thought. Looked like pigments for dyeing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Definitely not for eating. So let's pull this up again. This is Antigua. I was absolutely correct when I thought that. Mind you, this is 10 years, 10 years ago. So I'm going back a little ways in my memory, but I friggin' knew that it was Antigua. I shouldn't have. Yeah, the Google didn't bring it up for some reason. I don't know why. Molecular Arts, excellent to have you here. And Old Man Bird, wonderful to have you here. And yes, FKHC, Tim says the muted problem was all Carla's fault. Yeah, I think it was too. Moving on. So this is one of the main streets in Antigua. It's a colonial town. It's very famous in Guatemala, and it's just nice and relaxing and peaceful. It's not that far from Guatemala City, as you saw on the. Well, hopefully you saw on the map. Maybe just like an hour and a half, 2 hours from Guatemala City by bus. And Guatemala has chicken buses, and those are wonderful. Those are old American school buses that they buy and renovate and paint up in great colors and decorate and try and get you to come on the bus. And they don't go very fast, and they're pretty well. They're a children's school bus, so they're not luxurious, but they're a fun way to get around. There's music, and there's usually someone has a flask that they're passing around, possibly a Canadian backpacker. And yeah, Nemesis of Eden. Yes, Molecular Arts is definitely from Tasmania. He's given me enough information. I believe he is actually in Tasmania right now. He seemed to know a few things about it, which is good. Yeah, cobblestone streets. That's right, chat. You have noticed the cobblestone streets. Really, Guatemala is less prosperous than Mexico. And so a lot of the times they don't have modern roads, especially in the older cities. But the cobblestone streets give it a lot of charm and appeal and kind of a European motif. So this is typical in a lot of Central America. They don't have, if you're lucky enough to get a place that has hot water, this is how your water gets hot in the shower. You won't have hot water in the sink, most likely. It's not like they have hot water tanks or that they're commonly used. So they wire in a little heating element directly above your head in the shower. And Guatemala was, I'm quite certain it was like most places that are developing 220 volts as opposed to 110. So it's like Australia. Australia is still developing. That's not what I meant. But yeah, well, actually, France is also 210 as well. So, and the UK. But yeah, that's 210 right above your head there. Just don't touch those. Do not touch those. You can hear them click on and off, and taller people have told me that they can feel the electric field above their head when they shower. But that is common in a lot of developing nations all over the world, And so this is common. Guatemala has a Black Santa, and it's in a couple of towns around Guatemala. And the reasoning is when the religious people came over and tried to convert them to Christianity, they thought maybe if they used like black Santas and black Jesus, it might, you know, the people might be able to identify more and take on board the customs, and the beliefs if they could identify with the people of the same color. So yeah, that's Black Santa, and they also definitely have Black Jesus. I saw that as well in Guatemala. Yeah. Okay, so I was just speaking of the chicken buses. So these are the chicken buses, and they're all over a lot of places in Central America. This is your cheapest transportation for long distances. Short distance, you can get a little like private car, uh, but or maybe a little minivan or something. But for long distance, this is your luxury coach in Guatemala. The chicken buses, and I don't know why. Well, they call them that because well, I have a picture actually later on. The farmers use these for transportation from villages to towns to sell their goods. They carry chickens, oranges, any of their crops on these buses. Just people getting to and from wherever they're going, and a lot of backpackers use them. They're brightly colored. They're usually overloaded and stuffed full of people and/or products, and they're cheap. They're not fast. They're fun. And if you bring a flask on one, you'll make a lot of friends with the locals real quick, which I did. Because you never know. They say it's okay. Here's one thing when you're traveling in not only Central America, but anywhere in a developing nation, if you get on the bus, and even if the schedule says it's going to take 4 hours, no, 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 no. You plan on it taking 8. If it takes 5 hours, you're lucky. Plan on being prepared. So that means, and you won't necessarily have access to food. Who knows when they're going to stop? So take toilet paper, food, and liquids with you, including drinks, because you can drink in these places as long as you don't same as most places in the world. Alcohol in public is okay as long as you don't act like a jackass. That's how it goes. Yeah, I see in the chat. I can't put you up there, but West Kagle says, Canadian Spider-Man, I figured out how to set up a stream on my channel if you want to come over, and then we can simulcast on your channel. If not, that's cool too. I managed to be, I don't want to wreck what I'm doing right here, West. We can look at that for next, although I'm back up. I should be back in StreamYards by next Thursday. But I do want to look at that with you, just not right now. I'm managing to get this to work, and as much as I want to try that, just not right now. I don't want to mess with anything. And Enterprises, well, Old Man Birds is laughing. And yeah, they are pretty cheap. Who's Esther Essie Davis, Molecular Arts? What happens after you are electrocuted? Well, that's born in Launceston. Yeah, dude, that's where my buddy is. My buddy's in Launceston, and they have the Carnival or the not the Carnival, Festival, and they pronounce the e at the end, Festivale. The Launceston people pronounce it Festivale. They pronounce the e at the end, or either that or Justin was making fun of me. But I'm quite sure he's my buddy. We toured the Bogues Brewery, and he said they pronounce it Festivale, and we went to that. It happened to be on when I was there, just coincidentally. That would have had to have been in February. Would have had to have been in January, February, and March. Well, no, January, maybe January. But anyway, fantastic. Loved Launceston. Loved Tasmania. And she is a babe, according to Herc 130. I can't put your comments on the screen. I wish I could. And West Kagle, okay, that's cool, no problem. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm glad you understand, buddy. It's just I don't want to mess with anything. I'm managing to have sound, and I don't want to fuck with anything. I know you understand that. Nemesis of Eden in the chat says, it's a literal adventure going on the bus down there. Not far off from here, really. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, these are the chicken buses, and they're used by, if you want to get to know the local Guatemalan people, you don't fly from city to city. You get on the bus, and yeah, it's going to take you like half a day, but that's the way to go. You see the countryside. you get to experience the local food and you get to meet the people. Speaking of local food, uh, this lovely couple was making sandwiches at the in the area that you gather, which usually it's the center of town or a market or some centralized place where all the buses gather. And it's not hard to find that out if you grab a Lonely Planet book, or now it's probably online, or locals can tell you. There's a little bit of English. If you go to shopkeepers, they can usually manage to speak a bit of English. But if you speak Spanish, or if you happen to have yourself an old man bird with you, that will help a great deal. Um, but yeah, these are sandwiches, and they were preparing them for people to take on the bus with them as snacks, and just real healthy. I believe that is chicken. Uh, Usually, chicken or pork would be the common things, and they're just chopping it up and throwing in a pita type wrap with some veggies, but fresh. Holy shit! You want to talk about fresh vegetables and fresh fruit? Um, Same as again, the developing countries, they seem to eat better because they don't have the refrigeration, so they eat fresh food all the time. And fresh food is where it's at, my friends. You can just taste the difference, especially in the fruit. So there you go. Oh, okay. So here's Antigua again. And that was just a striking building. Just all over Antigua. It's got, I don't know, probably a dozen churches, and just in even homes, like just elaborate homes. Doesn't have to be like a public building, but just the pride and the care that they take in their architecture and the aesthetic of the town is just gorgeous. And Molecular Arts in the chat says the sign is 1909 in Hollywood sign style digits. Oh, there is a sign in a public park here with the story of Errol Flynn, says Molecular Arts. Huh. Do they use a lot of hot chili, says Molecular Arts. I didn't find the Guatemalan food spicy, not like Thailand, no. Not even like Mexico. I mean, you can yes, there were chilies everywhere, but they didn't. It was on the side a lot of times. Uh, Mexico, sometimes it'll be right in the dish, same as Thailand, but in here it was more on the side. Uh, you can add as much as you want, but they definitely had chilies available there. And yeah, Old Man Bird says Spanish colonial. Yeah, it definitely looks Spanish colonial to me. I've been to Spain a few times. I'm certainly not an expert. I would love to go back. And yeah, again, and there's the Guatemalan flag, the blue, and I don't know why that one is green. That certainly looks like the Guatemalan flag, except it's green. So that might have some sort of royal significance. But the Guatemalan flag is the one in the middle, the blue one there. And it actually kind of looked nice. I like the Guatemalan flag, as you probably saw when I was showing you the map. Hopefully you saw that. But hey, Sashi, good to see you, Sashi. We're doing things. I'm on a different platform tonight for streaming, so I can't throw the chats up on the screen, which is incredibly annoying. I wish I could, but I can certainly read them, and I'm reading every single one of them. Good to see you. No habla española. Well, David Jones, Kim Burley, that is Spanish, so I don't believe you. Uno, tres. Yeah, that's it. See? If you're making jokes in Spanish, then that means you can read them. Yeah, I don't know how to put those on the screen. No, I can't do it. Molecular Arts, Central America is on your to-do list. Absolutely. It is. It's so interesting. And it's fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. Oh, who's that good-looking, handsome dude? That's myself. And I cut off the bottom. Damn it. But anyway, that is one of the sandwiches there on my plate, and some beans and rice down there, of course. And yeah, just everyone just takes the kids, like when they go and set up food stalls. It seems to be a family affair, and the mom and the dad are usually there, and of course the kids are there with them. They bring them with them, which is good. That is that's better in my opinion than sticking them somewhere. You're letting them watch the business and be with the family and spend time with the family. So I find that is a good thing. And yeah, the heavy blankets were everywhere that they used. As you can see, they put on the table there just really fine, good quality work with heavy blankets and heavy clothes. Because it does, see, Guatemala, yes, it's south of Mexico. Okay, so and going there, I made the mistake of thinking that it would be warm. Guatemala is not fucking warm unless you're right on the coast, because it's mountainous. So at altitude, anyone that's ever spent time in a ski resort or lived in a ski resort, such as myself, once you start getting up in altitude, it gets colder very friggin' quickly. Anyone, if Carla Burton was here, she's not. Hey, Carla, she said she's driving because it's summertime. She knows in New Zealand, around the coast, it's probably warmer. And as soon as you go up in altitude, it gets cold. So Guatemala, I came here in, this is over the winter. This was probably all through the winter, like November, December, January, February, expecting it to be, warm in Central America. Guatemala was not warm. It was friggin' cold. And the same with Nicaragua, unless you go right to the coast as well, if memory serves. Now, once you get down to Costa Rica and Panama, that's a different story. But yeah, now let's moving on to the next photo. Oh yeah, here we go. So this was just a little side street, and the main business here, these people just seem to be making their living selling firewood, going out and finding this looks to be hardwood. I didn't see a whole lot of fir trees or pine trees or any of the softwoods like that. It seemed to be a lot of the older hardwoods, and a lot of them were uh, not tall and straight. They're more gnarly and definitely hard. But yeah, that was their job. They were just sitting there chopping up firewood and selling it on the street. So I thought that was worth a picture. And the shop just beyond that, you can probably read it. Almer to Electrico. So it looks like an electric appliance shop there, or a repair service. Probably one of the both. But yeah, just doing their business right on the side streets, right anywhere they can. They are industrious. Oh, and I cut. Oh, well, you didn't trim that very nicely, but I did get the coat of arms. So that says Municipalidad de Antigua. Trust me, below that I have the whole full picture. It does say Antigua. It's just the way that this is formatted in this stream. Cut that off, but that's the coat of arms for Antigua, and it's in volcano territory, and I didn't see anyone on a horseback, but they did have animals around. I know that much. And Old Man Bird in the chat saying, Gunner, Dollar, you are on the cool streams. And Gunner says, I try, to Old Man Bird. DJ Play Nice, hello to you, sir. Excellent to see you. I can't put your comments up on this stream. I'm using a different platform, DJ, but excellent to have you here. And I can't have West Kagle on because, again, different platform. But I'll get that sorted out for next week. Right now, you're stuck with me, and which sucks because I do a lot of talking, which is tiring, believe it or not, as much as I like to do it. And Gunnar saying, hello, Old Man Bird. It's been a while. Sashi says, I'm a little better, Kimberly. I know uno, dos, tres. Oh, yeah, your Spanish is a little better. Very good. Molecular Arts saying, I like chilies with the chili icon. Very good. And everyone saying hello to DJ and Nemesis. So moving on from the coat of arms from Antigua. Ooh, okay. So here's some more food. And these were like a pink pickled onion relish and some what's the avocado? What do you make with avocado? Hummus is with chickpeas, and it's an avocado spread. Guacamole, that's the word I'm looking for, and cilantro on the right hand in a fried tortilla, I suppose, handmade tortillas, and mixed in with some chicken and a little bit of it was a cheese. It wasn't Parmesan cheese. It was a white, much less flavor and a less ripened, less old cheese on top, and then on the left, uh, those were, you know what? I think they were like an enchilada type thing, like a small enchilada with again the guacamole, and the sort of salsa on top with a bit more of the cheese. Not Parmesan molecular arts. No, not Parmesan. Mexico, now anyone with Mexican heritage, I'm sorry, this is just my opinion, but Mexicans don't enjoy, or they don't have available, or both. You don't find a lot of the cheeses that we enjoy in Australia and Canada and America, like the blue cheeses, or the old cheddar, or the Havarti, or just the different like they like manchego, which is a very mild, like mozzarella is a strong cheese for them. So it seems, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, this was a grated, like a dried manchego, something like that. But yeah, they don't like the overly aged cheddars, or the blue cheese, or any of that sort of thing, in my experience. DJ Play Nice says, "Ooh, he's speaking about veins. Dear God." Well, on my channel, that's fine. Oh yeah, thank you, DJ Play Nice. Manchego. I'm just going off memory here, buddy. Memory. Thank you. Mr. Tickle Trunk, not liking blue cheese is based. Well, hey, I happen to like blue cheese, but okay, whatever. Maybe pre-grated cheese. That stuff isn't good, but it's cheap. No, Sashi, in Mexico, they don't have any pre-manufactured anything because that's more expensive. They do everything, in my experience, with the cooking and the food, they do everything manually. It's cheaper to make the tortillas by hand. It's cheaper to grate the cheese themselves. You don't, yeah, you don't find a lot of that in my experience. But and Nemesis of Eden says, that looks interesting. I'm such a scaredy cat when trying new foods. I bet that tasted good. It did. It did, my friend. Yeah, it did. And yeah, I've tried some interesting things food wise in my travels, and I haven't regretted any of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I believe that when I say that. I don't think I've regretted any of it. I've eaten camel's hump. Well, at least they told me it was camel's hump in Vietnam, in Hanoi, for my 33rd birthday. And I had tuna eyeball, which is a delicacy. That's a privileged thing to if you get one of the eyeballs from the great big tuna fish in Tokyo. And I had pig's blood soup in Hong Kong, and then later I saw that as a on Fear Factor as like the things that they had to eat because it was a fear of eating pig's blood soup. It was pretty disgusting. I've eaten guinea pig in Peru. It's called kai, cuy, kai, and a lot of bones, but it was okay. It tasted like rabbit. I think those are the weirdest things I've eaten. I've drank in Cobra whiskey, Lao Lao in Laos, and Vietnam. Tasted like if you licked the underside of a frog. Really, it's not good. But maybe the whiskey without that tastes even worse. I mean, who knows? So yeah, this is in Antigua, and that is a volcano. Yeah, that is a volcano that's not necessarily dormant, and there is overlooking on our way out. So we're climbing up and out of the city, and we're on our way towards Lake Atitlan, and we're just looking at the volcanoes and looking at the valley. And here we go. Okay, so speaking of manual labor, these guys are, and it's pretty warm. They're all wearing pants, but it's we're getting down out of the mountains a little bit here, and it was warmer. I was hot a little bit, and yeah, these guys are using the board as a leveling measuring device, and as both a measuring device and a leveling device, and just hand making cobblestone walkways. And if you've ever done stonework, this work is heavy, it's dirty, you crush your fingers all the friggin' time, and I bet you they didn't have a lot. I didn't notice any. Um, protective equipment, PPE, That's not a dirty word for any of you who don't know. It's PPE is personal protective equipment in the safety industry. And hey, Susan Dolan. Speaking of uh, personal protective equipment, Susan Dolan is here. Excellent to have you here. Thanks for being here. And I don't know why. I just imagine you with safety glasses and a hard hat. I don't know why. Uh, Mr. Tickle Trunk says, and he's eaten his own words on many occasions. That is absolutely fucking true. Absolutely true, Mr. Tickle Trunk. That's why you always have a beverage handy to wash down your own words. And thank you for being here. And wow, Susan Dolan, holy crap. Got saying hello to everyone. Nemesis of Eden says, I do have a bottle of Cobra whiskey. Feel bad for the Cobra. It's unopened. Well, he's dead now. You might as well drink it. DJ Plain says, used to love going to market in Puerto Escondido. Okay, that's in western Mexico, really far down south, folks. That is in Oaxaca state. Almost daily. Dude, I am jealous. I haven't been down that far south on the west coast. I made it to Oaxaca, but not to the coast in Oaxaca. That is on the list, my friend. Hanging with a cheese guy was a blast. Wow. Long ropes of fresh pulled queso, exactly like string cheese, but fresh. It is a totally different experience. Hell yeah, DJ Plain Ice. Absolutely. How different is blood soup from blood pudding, Gunnar? Well, it's more raw. Like it's blood pudding is, and you get to mix the blood pudding in with your mashed potatoes and stuff in Scotland anyway. Um, yeah, different. And I mean, I haven't had blood pudding since 2007, so it's hard for me to recall, my friend. Um, Mind you, the blood soup was in 2005, so. But at the time, I knew that the blood pudding was easier to handle than the blood soup. Now, probably because I was hungover because it was a breakfast and it was in Scotland, and I was very hungover with my Scottish friend. Shout out to Callum Ferguson. If anyone knows Callum Ferguson, he's a legend. Blood pudding sounds awful, says Nemesis Eden. Well, and Molecular Arts says in the chat, I've done that kind of work, too many bruises, and you do crush your fingers constantly. Well, yeah, that's why I mentioned, because I have also done that kind of work. And not gotten paid nearly enough to do it. Moving on. Okay, so here's going up again on the chicken buses. You do get some beautiful views in Guatemala, and this is overlooking Antigua, and this might be on the avocado farm. Now, farm in Spanish is called a finca, I believe, Old Man Bird. That's correct. A finca. And this, there's a hostel. Oh, what's it called? Ooh, Planet Nature. Going back 18 years. I think it's called. Anyway, it's on an avocado finca, an avocado farm, and this is it. This is the view overlooking Antigua and the volcano in the background, and it's in all the guidebooks. When you go and stay in Antigua, it'll be in the hostels. You'll see the advertisements on the bulletin boards to go and stay at this avocado plantation. And the avocados were just ripening. They weren't ripe when I was staying there, but it was cheap and it had a gorgeous view, as you can see. I'm quite sure this is it. It was. No, I can't remember the name of the hostel. But you'll Avocado Farm Hostel in Guatemala above Antigua. You Google that, you'll find it. I think it's Nature Planet or something like that. It's called fucking hostel. Bahaha. Wordplay. Nemesis of Eden. Finca, yes, says Old Man Bird. Yeah, I do remember that. And Old Man Bird says, sometimes I am typing an E and I have to move slightly to the right to type an I or T or a Y. I'm so proud of myself. I don't think that counts. as cardio, but I mean, maybe. Yes. Okay, that is the hostel. Yep, I knew it. So there's the hostel. There's the kitchen, and they put out the chairs so you can over. And this is the view when you go and sit on those chairs. That's the view. It's an avocado plantation um, hostel. See, if West Kagle was here, he could be doing this research for me. Earth Lodge. Bingo. It's not planet. I said planet. It's not planet. I'm close though. Earth. I knew it had something to do with that. Earth Lodge, Guatemala. This is that. This is what we're looking at. The Earth. Now, I'm not sponsored by the. Mind you, Earth Lodge. If you want to give me some free nights or something, I will gladly shout you out till the moon, till the cows come home, because Earth Lodge was fantastic. I mean, look at that view. It wasn't planet. Damn it, I did say planet. Well, planet Earth. I mean, that's right. You can see where I was going with that. But yeah, this is the view from the Earth Lodge looking out over Antigua and the valley. And at night, I think I have videos. At night, you can see fire coming from the top of that volcano, or at least when I was there, you could. There's a glow that reflects on the clouds at night because it's pitch dark. Like you don't see a whole lot of lights coming up from the city, which is good. And yeah, yeah, what did I drink seated there, my friend? Well, in Central America, it's there's a lot of rum. There's a lot of rum and beer. You know what? They sold the local Guatemalan beers in the hostel right behind. If you walk 30 feet behind you and into that building, that's where the bar is and the kitchen. And they would serve you beer right behind you in those doors. So yeah, local beers. And I can't off the top of my head. Yes, I do. I was just going to say I don't remember any Guatemalan beers, but that is not true. Gallo, pronounced Gallo. No, spelled Gallo. Pronounced Gallo, spelled Gallo. Jesus Christ. Um, and that, now, Old Man Bird, correct me if I'm wrong. Gallo means cock or rooster, I believe. Male chicken. Gallo. And because there was a image of the giant male rooster, the rooster on the front of the bottle, and it's Gallo. That was a beer. That's probably what I was drinking. No, DJ Plana is not Ernest and Julio Gallo. No, a little different. A little different, my friend. Okay, and I thought this was this I zoomed in from those seats. And I zoomed in, and this is the image I shot as the sun was going down in the west. Rooster is not what came to mind, says Nemesis of Eden. And yes, Enterprises of Architect Old Man Bird. Doom Gallo. And Lemon Pie. Hey, excellent to see you, Lemon Pie. Saying hello to Old Man Bird and everybody. And no, Wes Kagle has been here since the start, Sashi. He really has. I wish I could. I wish I could have him on the stream with me. That would be fantastic. But yeah, I'll have to get him next week. Is anyone choking the male chicken? Says Sashi. Yeah, well, I imagine. Still early in the night, my friend. So yeah, I thought I'd share this picture with you because it's got the double volcanoes in the background and then just the clouds everywhere coming up. And I just thought that was a beautiful picture. Hopefully you guys like that. But that is seated in those chairs in front of the Earth Lodge. I'm gonna try and remember that from now on. It's not planet, it's Earth. Earth Lodge. Highly recommended. There you go. And there the sun's getting darker. I wish I could move myself out of the way, but I don't know how to do that. Hey, Lemon Pie. Yes, I am audible. We gained volume. Again, I had to restart the stream. Sorry about that. I'm not on my usual platform. But yeah, this is Antigua in central west Guatemala, somewhat in the highlands, and looking at some volcanoes at sunset. And they do put off a bit of steam. They do put off a bit of smoke. Trust me. Yeah, and just I mean, it's hard when you're looking up at volcanoes with that much clouds around them. It's just because okay, there is a lot of jungle in and around Guatemala, and so the trees give off transpiration. That's a $4 word. Transpiration in the evenings, and so you get a lot of cloud. It's quite nice. And Sasha says, "All right, I'm going to get back to edging. A few lenses to cut today." Yes, well, thank you for clarifying there, Sashi, and thanks for stopping in, my friend. We've been going 45 minutes, probably go another 45, I would say. If you get a chance to check back in, please go ahead. I've got some beautiful photos coming up. So there you go. I told you that those volcanoes had smoke coming out of them occasionally, and there you go. I did capture a photo with smoke coming out of said volcano, and that's on extreme zoom. So it's not really as well. I mean, that's not too bad. That is an extremely zoomed in. Yes, Nemesis of Eden. Have fun edging, Sashi. There you go. And there, okay, so that's, yeah, see, there's the normal view, and there's zoomed way, way in. Yeah, it's pretty clear. It's not bad. I can see a couple snowboarding lines down those volcanoes. Hey, any of you snowboarders out there? Screw the skiers, but if you're snowboarders, yeah, I can pick some lines out there. So there, that is Antigua down in the valley there, and this is up on the Earth Lodge overlooking the Antigua Valley and the surrounding volcanoes. What a gorgeous area. It's just beautiful. Okay, I told you it was an avocado finca, an avocado farm. And as you can see, the avocados aren't quite ripe yet. They're not quite ready. They were close. They were close. Plus, I didn't want to steal and get kicked out with no place to stay. But yeah, they were close. Another few weeks. So I got to say, this was probably in before Christmas. Well, we saw pictures of Santa, but it was definitely before Christmas. So maybe early December. So if you come around Christmas, I bet you the avocados are ready. Oh, and of course, can't drink only beer. I do have some water. Cheers, Cardinal Sin. Cheers to Gil. Uh, so, Nemesis of Eden says, I find avocado bland and mushy, not really a fan. Well, have you tried it in guacamole with the lemon and sometimes a pinch of chili pepper? Maybe mix in a little bit of rum. I'm just saying. Ripe avocado, blink and you miss it, says Molecular Arts. Oh, really? See, we don't really grow, avocados in Canada because we're too cold. So I really don't know anything about avocados or their seasons. Susan Dolan says, so they're still active. Chances are they also sit on an earthquake fault line. I believe they do, Susan Dolan. Yep, I believe they do. And cheers to Gil, says Lemon Pie. Heck yeah. Cheers to Gil indeed, my friend. And is it cooler up in those mountains in Guatemala? Yeah, I was just talking about that a few minutes before you arrived, Lemon Pie. That was the problem. I thought it was going to be warm, because you're going down below Mexico. And I was there in November thinking, I'm going to escape the Canadian cold temperatures. No, in the mountains, it was cold. As I said to the group, when you go to the coast, and they do have a little coast that does touch the Caribbean in Guatemala. You can get from Belize, you can get down there, and vice versa. But it was cold up in the mountains. Yes, it was absolutely because you're at elevation. Definitely cold. Okay, and here's some more food. So that is chicken with a curry type, not so spicy, a little bit spicy rice, and they do eat a lot of rice. And it wasn't my girlfriend at the time. She was Japanese. Well, she still is, to my knowledge, and yeah, she's not a fan of a lot of the Japanese, a lot of the Asians, in my limited experience. Do not like the South American rice. It's not sushi rice, so it's not. Yeah, it's not to their liking. But yeah, those are homemade or tortillas. and then you've got some guacamole and some, yeah, always with the corn. The corn was a big thing in Guatemala. Any and a little bit of chicken soup there. Chicken was popular, and you always got the corn, just as you're looking at it. I don't know why. Um, it's just a thing they had a lot of, I suppose. Hey, Rusty Rivers, good to see you, Captain Rusty Rivers. Excellent to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here, my friend. Speaking of chili peppers, there we go. How's that? How's that for chili peppers, my friend? Yeah. Oh, there's some green. Oh, I cut off the green. There are some green, but you've all seen really green chilies just below at the bottom of the screen there. But you can't. You can see the basket, but you can't quite see the green chilies. But yeah, well, those are chilies. The black ones and the red ones, and then those little green ones in the bowl in the middle. Those look like the little tiny tomatoes. What are they called? Tomatillos, something like that. And Nemesis of Eden says, "No, I can't say I have, Spidey." Oh, okay, all right, uh, right. I haven't really paid a lot of attention to the avocado growing seasons. I'm not familiar with it, but DJ Planet says I made fresh guacamole almost every day when I lived in Mexico. That is wicked, my friend. That is one of the best things is all the fresh food in. Now you can thumb your nose, and some people do at Central America and Mexico, saying, "Oh, they're developing countries. They're not. They don't have it as good as we do in the rich Canada and well, that's a joke, or America or England or France." But I tell you, they eat better than we do. They friggin' eat better. Now they might not have 100,000 different flavors of potato chips, and actually, it would surprise you. They do have a lot of junk food, but it's not an everyday thing for most of them. They eat fresh. Their vegetables and their fruit, their meat, everything. It just tastes better. It's fresh. Unless you're gonna go shoot a deer yourself, which I highly recommend. Just everything is more fresh, and grow your own vegetables. Do that if you can. Molecular Arts, excellent to see you, my friend. What else were you saying there? Okay, and saying hello to Rusty Rivers, of course. Susan Dolan says higher altitude. That's why it's cooler. Head down and it will get hotter and humid. Absolutely, which is my thing. I like the humid and the hot. Chili, Susan Dolan. You're right. Spidey, did they have habaneros? They 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 didn't a lot. They didn't have a lot of I did see habaneros. And maybe they do in some areas, but they had a lot of chili peppers and a lot of someone chipotle. I think a lot of these are chipotle peppers. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think a lot of these are chipotle peppers. And what are some other South American and Central American chili peppers? Not necessarily the habaneros, although I did see some habaneros and some in the Scotch bonnet family. What are the jalapenos, of course, and what are the long, pale green ones that aren't that spicy? Uh, it'll come to me. But yeah, they did have a lot of different kinds of peppers, but more the habanero or uh, more of the traditional, uh, Mexican type peppers. Ch- a chipotle pepper is just a smoked jalapeno pepper, says Lemon Pie. Really? I'll be damned. I thought it was its own breed. Well, if you're not pulling my leg, that is very interesting. I tend to believe you, Lemon Pie. You're a straight shooter, so I tend to believe you, my friend. And here we go. Just this is an overpass in in one of the towns leaving Antigua. Or no, are we arriving? We're arriving in one of the towns in going to Lake Atitlan. So you go leave Guatemala City, and you go into Antigua, and then you pass through a town called Chimaltenango. Chimaltenango. You pass through there, which is quite possibly what we're looking at, and then going over to Panajachel, which is part of Lake Atitlan, one of the most beautiful regions in Guatemala. Poblano peppers. Thank you, Molecular Arts. That is exactly what the one I was thinking of. You read my mind, my friend. Yes, poblano peppers. Really? Okay, lemon pie. I freaking believe you. You have an endless supply of credibility with me, my friend. I believe if you told me something, I would friggin' believe it. Lemon pie. Chipotle pepper is a smoked jalapeno pepper. Well, I'll be damned. So I have jalapenos that I grew. I can smoke those. I mean, I like smoking things. So yeah, great. Actually, not a joke. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday I have ribs, venison ribs, a couple different sets marinating in a brine in my refrigerator right now. Saturday morning, I'm going over to my buddy Michael's place, and we're gonna smoke those ribs. I have an entire hind leg, like the whole hind leg that I got off the last buck that my buddy got. My other buddy, Big Isaac. Shout out to Big Isaac, and we're gonna go smoke that over at my buddy Michael's place, and we're gonna have some smoked venison, and I will be showing that on the channel. I'll definitely be taking at the very least some pictures. Yes, Nemesis of Eden, I hear you there. Definitely enjoy some smoking things, dude. We got to get together someday, my friend. Nemesis, we definitely have to get together and we'll stream. I'll come find you. If things get much more crazy here, I'm gonna hop in my RV and I'm gonna um, run your way. Applewood, or what will you be using for wood smoke? Says Gunnar. There are some fruit trees. I live in an area called the Okanagan in British Columbia, and we are fortunate to have a lot of plum trees and a few apple trees. Yeah, and quite a few apple trees and grapes and olives and plums. So we did manage to get a hold of some plums locally that were just being cut from a neighbor's tree, and so I think we're going to use. And my buddy has a wood chipper, so we chip up our own plum branches that have been dried, and we use our own fruit wood, mostly plum, but we do have some apple that we use. Ooh, pecan. Oh no, that's not pecan. Pemmican. Susan Dolan says, "Have you tried that pemmican recipe I gave you? Uh, can can that and keep it cool and dark, and it'll last forever." I haven't tried it yet, Susan Dolan, but I do want to. That's one of the things that I'm working on. It's in progress. Make your own jerky, CSM said Molecular Arts. I did one year. I did, and I ended up eating a lot of it, and I gave it to my brother, uh, who lives not too far from me, and I gave it to him, and I put it under the Christmas tree, and it was there for a good week and a half. And apparently, I didn't quite smoke it or dry it out enough, and it was rancid under the Christmas tree. So that was a fun Christmas gift for my brother. Sorry about that, Ann. But well, what can you do? But yeah, you can make your own jerky. Yes. Hey, Greek letters. Excellent to see you. I can't put the chats up on the screen in this particular stream. But yes, Greek letters. Excellent to see you. Who says throwing fruits in the wood chipper might not be the optimal way to make fruit juice? Well, you might as well try. And Nemesis of Eden says pemmican is interesting. Only had it once. I love it as a survival food. Well, that's the idea. That's why I want to try Susan Dolan's recipe. Absolutely. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Hello to you, my friend. We're looking at Guatemala, and this kid, well, he's working. That's his job. Um, yeah, he's outside the bus. He's hanging on to the luggage racks on the bus in front of us. And around his waist, he's got a little belt, and he has what looks to be papaya, plastic bags full of papaya that he's selling to people at the bus stations and on the buses. And so he drives on the buses all over the place, goes all around locally, selling. I believe that's the red papaya strips to people, and that was his job. There he is, right there. Yep, in traffic. Oh yeah, we're driving. We're in traffic, all right. And I saw a couple of people, but Yeah, he's got some mixed fruit there. He's got a couple of different fruits there in his bag. But yeah, how would you like to have your kids earning money doing that? And Gunnar says, "Nice Canadian Spider-Man. How does that affect the smoke flavor?" You know, we did it last year. Or was it the year before? We smoked again a deer venison leg using plum wood, and it tasted like typical smoke, not Texas style smoked, as Old Man Bird has shared with me. The Texas style barbecue is a different. I mean, that's smoked barbecue unlike any I've had anywhere in the world. But it's just a nice smoked flavor. I can't taste the plum or the apple in it. Nemesis of Eden says, "I will join you if things go south, Spidey. It can be useful." You're darn right. I'll be all over that. I'm ready to go. And Freeman Morgan, Dionysius Larson says, "Old Man Bird," and everyone's saying hello. So yeah, that was this little kid's job, was just going around all the time selling uh, dried fruit and fresh fruit to people on the buses. And here we go. Okay, this is approaching Lake Atitlan, and which is in again the western Guatemala in the center. Um, and this is sunset with volcanoes, which I just thought was a gorgeous picture. Again, I wish I could get me out of the picture, but this is we're stuck with this. This is what I can do on this platform. But yeah, it's just a gorgeous volcano sunset in near Lake Atitlan. And here we go. Okay, so here's the nightlife. See, you can cook meals in your house, and a lot of people do, but you can also, for just about the same price, go out and it's a communal thing. You go to the markets and you go down the streets, and these street stalls just open up out of nowhere as it starts to get dark, and they roll up their carts. Some of them are powered by hand, and some of them are powered by motorcycles. And they just open up their shop and they put out the plastic chairs and tables, and people just start coming and eating. They've got little generators or maybe little propane tanks, and it's just beautiful street food. You can see I trust street food far more than I do restaurant food in second world countries and third world countries. That's my own personal experience and having talked to a lot of backpackers. Um, yeah, especially if you go to a place and you see there's a lot of local people around this cart. You know he's selling good food, right? And yeah, lemon pie. If things go apocalyptic, let's all go to the CSM compound, dude. We are set up here. We have the things we need. You're absolutely right. Molecular arts agrees. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to be on a small little island if shit goes sideways, do you? Molecular arts? Hell no. Although you could hide out in the Hastings caves. Ooh, you know what? I'll be right back. I found something for you, molecular arts. Just reminded me. Okay. All right, I realize we are looking at Guatemala, folks, and this stream is about Guatemala. But since Molecular Arts is in the chat, uh, there we go. We talked about Hastings Caves in the Huon Valley in Tasmania, and these are the Hastings Caves, folks. They are the real deal. This is the Tasmanian Parks and Wildlife Service. So they're the Hastings Caves. I highly recommend it. If memory serves, unless they move them, I believe they're west of Tasmania. I mean, Molecular Arts knows for sure, but I believe their memory serves. We're going back to 2001, so 23, 24 years, but I believe they are west of Hobart. Well, because most things are west of Hobart. That's kind of cheating. And here, speaking of Hobart, we'll take a little detour from Guatemala. This is Victoria Dock in Hobart, Tasmania. And this looks very similar to Victoria, downtown Victoria in Victoria Key, which is the capital city of British Columbia. Looks very similar to Victoria, British Columbia, but this is Hobart, Tasmania, and that's Victoria Dock. There you go. Molecular Art says, I can brew stuff. Oh, cool. Now we're going to... Brewing stuff is... Oh, dude, if you can brew stuff, we want you with us. 100%. Absolutely, we do. So there we go. There's the next picture. And again, some of the markets. And this is a town called... this is a town called Panajachel, and I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but it is pretty much directly west of Guatemala City, and it borders Lake Atitlan, one of the most beautiful places in Guatemala, I thought, in my personal opinion. But yeah, this is just a typical cobblestone street in Panajachel. And always with the street. So now they're not open right now, but at nighttime, when it gets dark and the people come out into the streets, a lot of the developing nations, the Central America, the second world countries, third world countries, they're very communal. Their houses are small, I suppose, and so they spend a lot of their time outdoors with their neighbors, and I like that. And so at night, these food carts will all open up and they'll be selling to the people, and it's a very communal. It's a fun atmosphere. I like it. And Susan Dolan says that's supposed to read "Fuzzle the piggies." Fuzzle the piggies for me. Ooh. Oh, the guinea pigs. Oh, the guinea pig collective. I get it. Oh goodness, Tommy, do not go back about a half an hour and listen to what I was saying about Peru and the local diet in Peru. Ignore that. Best you don't go back and listen to that part. Yes, Molecular Arts says I'm not crazy. Yes, it is west of Hobart. Okay, we're going back 20 some years. But to be fair, most things are west of Hobart because it's quite far east, if memory serves. And Greek Letter says the best and most interesting stores open in the nighttime. I agree, especially the ones with the X's above the door. That's what you're going for there, Greek Letters? Oh, and I thought this was just cool street art. Everywhere I go around the world, if I do see interesting street art, I do try and photograph it. And I just thought that was a cool bit of street art. And Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective says, I know about it. Oh, a different breed. Okay, excellent. That is very good. Okay, now this was a smaller little town around the side of the lake that you could go to, and there's no cars in this little village. The only motorized, which was good. It was excellent for walking around. And the only things they had were these little taxis in front of you. You got off the boat, so you can leave. You can You arrive at Lake Atitlan, and you can. The main towns are like San Pedro de Laguna or Panajachel. And if you want to go to some of the smaller villages like San Marcos La Laguna, Laguna meaning lake, like San Marcos, those, if you want to get away from traffic, because if you're in Guatemala, like traffic is going to be annoying too. It's definitely annoying. There's a lot of it. And if you want to get away to a relaxing little spot, you take a boat from one of the main towns and you go to these little villages that can only be accessed around the lake by water. The roads don't go through the jungles to get there. So, and there's no cars there. So all they had was these little tuk-tuks, these little motor scooter taxis. And so it was nice to get away from all the frigging traffic in Central America, same as Asia. Traffic. So this was needed. And if I recall, we rented a little cabin next to the lake. And I mean, like you could touch the lake, like it had big windows with bug screen that were just open to the outside, and the water was lapping up against the foundation of the hut, if I recall, right on the rocks there, lakeside, like you're going to sleep with the waves of the lake lapping against your building. It was just incredibly peaceful. Highly recommended. So yeah, if you go to Lake Atitlan, get yourself on a little boat and go and tour some of the other villages around the lake. Highly recommended. Oh yeah, it's beautiful flowers. See, Old Man Bird says looks wonderful, and yeah, and a DJ Planet was agreeing with Greek letters, and Molecular Art says have to go. Thank you for more travel tales, CSM. I'll visit Guatemala on some sunny tomorrow. Man, I hope you do. It was one of my favorite places in Central America for sure. I'm glad you like it. And yeah, again, a beautiful lake, volcanoes, just gorgeous. Not a whole. I didn't see anyone water skiing on here. Come to think of it, if this was Canada, you'd see at least a few water skiing boats out there. But yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for being here, Molecular Arts. Yeah, just gorgeous view. I hope. Yeah, I hope the pictures are doing it justice. Like this was really scenic, absolutely gorgeous. Lots of flowers everywhere. Ooh, okay. Here's more of the local cuisine. Fresh fruit, of course, and then the looks like just a bacon BLT, bacon lettuce tomato sandwich, and then of course the the kind of like a breakfast chorizo sausage kind of, I don't know what you'd call that, with the burrito maybe, but that was definitely chorizo sausage and avocado with the fried bread, the fried tortilla with the chorizo sausage and the salsa and the avocado inside. I don't know. Is that a burrito? No, there's no beans in there though. I don't recall. I don't recall any beans in there or rice. Huh. Yeah, maybe a torta. Well, torta means sandwich, basically lemon pie, but yeah, this could qualify. Yeah. DJ Play Nice says, "Damn it with the food porn, Spidey. I'm going from hungry to hangry. Who's got a burrito?" A chalupa, says Enterprises Old Man Bird. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Looks like an overweight pair of tacos. Kind of does. But the chorizo sausage was beautiful, and the fresh guacamole, Susan. And yeah, we're making DJ Play Nice hungry. So there, back to the lake, DJ Play Nice. And yeah, it's how fun was it to take little boat rides around this lake? Absolutely beautiful. And oh yeah, there was fishing. They were out there. A lot of these are all fishing boats, and they'd go out and catch fresh fish for your meals. Lemon pie says definitely an obese taco. There you go. All right, there's now. How's that? I like that. That is not a black and white photo. That's at night. You're just about at night. Just about at night. But I included this photo just because I like it. So you're stuck with it, folks. Yes, DJ Play Nice in his Espanol, taco gordo, gordo meaning fat. And hey, speaking of Spanish, I was on a stream on not just any stream. I was on Anti-Derivative Jill's channel doing her shore leave earlier this morning. And guess who showed up? It was Polly, the Latino slant. Shout out to Polly. You rock. Polly, was great being on a panel with you, even though it was for a short time. But that was a lot of fun. If you don't, now Jill's shore leave is usually on a Friday morning. She did it Thursday morning this week. But yeah, if you can check out any of Anti-Derivative Jill's shore leaves, they're a lot of fun. I recommend them. And a lot of times I'm there. A lot of times I can manage to be there. So again, just taking just the, if flowers aren't your thing, I understand. I just thought these were particularly beautiful. And I just thought that was a cool photo with the volcano and Lake Atitlan in the background. And yeah, I don't know what kind of flowers these are, but they were everywhere around this lake. I'm not much of a flowerologist, but yeah, those, I just thought they were gorgeous. I know they're not roses. I do know they're not roses. But yeah, just the volcano and the flowers, folks. Just a very beautiful, scenic, restful. And if you've been traveling through Central America, if you find a tranquil place, it's very important. It's really important. And oh, there we go. I said gallo was a beer with the cock, with the rooster, and there it is on the right hand side, up on that building that's painted sort of like the Pepsi colors. There is an advertisement, a sign for gallo beer. And Tuana, I don't know what Tuana is. Perhaps Old Man Bird knows what Tuana is, but that is gallo beer, and that is their label. That is their emblem. To not Tijuana. I see Tijuana below, but that's Tuana up top there with the gallo beer. I don't know what that means. But anyway, moving on. And just yeah, Lake Atitlan was a lot of cobblestone streets leading down to all the streets seemed to lead down to the lake, which was gorgeous. DJ Play Nice says, "Is it the name of the brewer?" Perhaps. I don't know either. Says Old Man Bird. Well, it could be the name. Yeah, that could be a location. Absolutely, Tuana could be the name of a location that I'm not aware of. Yeah, they come to snuff the rooster, says Lemon Pie. You know, he ain't gonna die, says DJ. Damn, now that's in my head. Now that song's in my head. So as I was saying, the chicken buses, that go all over Guatemala, they paint them brightly. And they try and attract, and they have music playing, and they want you to come on their bus, as opposed to any of the other buses. And so this particular bus driver or owner put balloons all up inside his bus to try and get people on, to convince everyone that it was a fun bus. And you know what? It was a fun bus. It absolutely was a fun bus, I gotta say. And okay, so here's leaving, and that is a huge church and a huge valley. There we go. And up in the mountainsides again. And we are going a little further. Yeah, so we left Lake Atitlan. We're going further west. And where the hell? Oh, okay. So we're heading slightly north, but mostly west of Lake Atitlan. When we're going more towards the Pacific Ocean. Not quite there, but we're getting closer to it. We're still in the mountainous highlands, so it's still cold, and we're in the mountains in a. I'm gonna try and pronounce this. It starts with a Q, and if you know the bird that's famous in Latin America, especially down near Costa Rica and Panama, it's the Quetzal. Quetzal. So the name of the town, the Quetzal is the bird. The name of the town, northwest, west of Lake Atitlan, very west of Guatemala City, is Quetzaltenango. 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 There we go. And it's a little town high up in the mountains, and it has a market, and this is its market. Quetzal, yes, Enterprise, Old Man Bird, the Quetzal, and that's a current. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe the Costa Rica, their currency is named after the bird. It's a Quetzal. I'm pretty sure I'm not making that up. I'm not making that up. Yeah, the Quetzal is the name of their currency in Costa Rica, but named after the bird. But yeah, it's a spiritual bird. It's mythic, and this is Quetzaltenango, which is in the highlands. And DJ Play Nice says the weekend markets rocked. I bought so many bootleg cassettes. Yep, Yeah, the Camden Market in London, UK, was brilliant for that, my friend. Brilliant for that. You would have been there all day and all night. So yeah. Oh, so this is a market, and this lady is selling. The yellow sign says Papa's, Papa's e p p pio. Oh, pio piccolo. Papas are potatoes. I know that, and the pilo is looks like rice to me. Oh yeah, the Quetzalcoatl was the flying feathered serpent, says Susan Dolan. Yes, that's exactly the one. That's exactly the one. And but the Quetzal is a real bird. I think that legend plays a part of in that legend. The Quetzal is a real bird who you can see in Costa Rica. Although I never did. I went looking for it, never saw it. Fries and chicken. Okay, thank you. Oh, pollo. Oh shit. I couldn't see the writing very. Thank you, old man bird. It's fries and chicken. So papas y pollo. Pollo meaning chicken, papas meaning French fries. And yes, my pronunciation is well, it's not bad. Papas y pollo. Yeah, it's not bad. You understand what I'm saying. So here we go. Now this lady, I don't. She was making some sort of huge dish, and I don't know. I didn't get a chance to stick around to see what it was, but just the large scale, just everything in Guatemala is fresh and just homemade, right in front of you, and just delicious. There you go. Okay, and these ladies, oh, I cut their heads off. Shit. Sorry, ladies. Uh, these ladies are making. Oh, what are these called? Oh, it just slipped out of my head. The fried dough. It's like a donut. It's oh, you can get it in Mexican restaurants here even. Shit. You see it all over Mexico. Churros. Thank you, lemon pie. Churros. Yes, that's a type of churro. Yeah, it's basically fried dough with cinnamon and some sugar on it. Yeah, the churros. Similar, very similar to the churro Nemesis. Yes, in Mexico. That's exactly it. Yeah, these ladies were making churro, and this is similar to how they do it in Mexico. They've got a giant industrial sort of cocking gun that's automatic, and it just squeezes out the churros, and right into that. It's almost like an Asian wok, a shallow wok filled with oil, and it was fantastic. And there's again the market with the old church. That was the landmark of that town, Quetzaltenango, and actually. Uh, and this is again the market there. Papas fritas, so that's fries that are well, potatoes that are fried, French fries, and just delicious food. All of it. They tear down every evening, late in the evening, and set up again the next day. And this is in the churchyard, right in front of the church. The church is to the left. Lemon pie says, "Did you ask them if they can if they can handle your churro?" I did not want to get arrested, my friend. No, I did not. And these ladies, this is all pinatas for New Year's because this is just before Christmas. Don't forget. And this is all sweets and treats in the front, in the foreground. This is all like sugar candy. And above them were pinatas. And similar to how they celebrate New Year's in Mexico. Although Mexico, I don't know about these pinatas, but in Mexico, you buy the pinatas and they're empty and you fill them with your own candy. And DJ Play says the huge cornels that were wood or charcoal fired, breads, meats, veg. Damn it, I'm starving. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, well, I think we're done with the food. I think that's all the food pictures, DJ Play I think we're done with them, if memory serves. Oh, well, except for this, I cut his head off. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Except for this one. Yeah, that's he's making tacos. So you do the tacos, the tortillas in the middle, and then you do the meat on one side, and then all the veg on the other side. And he just puts it all together on a plate there. And you usually get 3 tacos per serving. 3 tacos for like $2, $3 maybe. Lemon Pie in the chat says, I actually broke out tortilla chips and salsa. I wonder why. Sorry, Lemon. And this guy, oh yeah, and this is he's giving me my order. Yeah, look at that. There's 3 tacos right there with a lemon. See the little or lime, the little green wedge of lime there, and there we go. That's the gentleman handed me the tacos. So thanks for that. Okay, now this is often if I don't have if I don't have a picture ready for my live streams, this is the default picture that comes up that all of you may have seen before. If you go to my YouTube channel, my home YouTube channel, this is the picture that is shown above, and this is in Quetzaltenango in western Guatemala. And this is the night market. There's the church with the moon. That's not a light. That is the moon just coming up. I waited for that to come up right above the church, just like a few days before Christmas. In Quetzaltenango in western Guatemala, and just a wonderful market, a wonderful night market. And do not worry about eating any of the food here. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. Street food, in my experience, extensive experience, in my professional opinion, street food is far safer than a restaurant food when you're traveling to developing countries. By far. I mean, if there's no one at the food stall, then perhaps don't eat there. But if it's like these places where there's locals sitting there eating and they're there every night, you know that it's good. But yes, no. So I think this is the last of the food pictures. Oh, just damn it! I got to stop saying that. Okay, so these are more tacos. More tacos, and these are those are nice tacos with the green onions fresh right there, and with the beef patties. Now the beef patties, they're small, but holy shit, do the beef patties ever taste like beef? DJ Planas, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to order out. You're gonna have to skip the dishes. No, that's Canadian, but you're gonna have to order food in, buddy. Because I keep saying this the last of the food pictures, but I really like food and I like taking pictures of it. Anyway, Guatemalan tacos or burgers. There you go. Tacos with well, they're kind of burgers on a taco, on a tortilla. So there you go. The hamburger and the sauces, and that's the red is the chicken. The red is spiced chicken, and the other is hamburger, just straight on the tortilla. And Old Man Bird says, Omaha must have something open 24 hours. You'd think so. Lemon Pie says, you don't need to apologize for showing the food. It's really cool to see. Okay, I'm glad, Lemon Pie. I just enjoy the food. It's part of culture, right? Everywhere on the planet that I've been, and there's still a lot more places I haven't been to, notably Turkey, Egypt, and Greece. But everywhere I've been, food plays a massive part in the culture. Less so in Canada, perhaps. Less so in the UK, perhaps. Well, mind you, now that there's a lot of Indians in the UK and certainly parts of Vancouver, that's changing, and Toronto. But yeah, food is just part of the culture, and it's part of the social fabric, because it's not like, I mean, they go out in the streets and eat street food, and it's social and communal, and it's just as cheap as eating at home, pretty much. It certainly is much. I mean, the entire time I was backpacking here, I didn't do any dishes. I didn't cook my own food. That was kind of nice. As much as I enjoy cooking. Oh, so these are all sweets. These are all sweets. This is all sugar, pure candy, pure sugar. This is a street stall that they set up, and this is just before Christmas, and they were doing pretty well. The business was pretty well. That's all just candy. That's all just straight sugar candy. And DJ Planice in the chat says, my experience too. Never had more than a gut bomb queasiness from overeating. The key is safe beverages. Agreed. Sealed and open it yourself. No tourista if you just be careful. and with what you drink. Exactly. No, yeah, you won't have any bad issues if you be careful. Mostly what you drink. Yeah, you're not wrong. I agree. Yeah, just stick with beer that comes in cans, I think. Susan Dolan in the chat says, if the corn tortilla is flat, we call them tostadas. Okay. Refried beans, taco meat, lettuce, tomato, and cheese. See, that's perfect. That's fantastic. Old Man Bird says, DJ Play Nice says, Old Man Bird, we do, and my have a place open 24 hours in Omaha. My two favorite taco trucks are open until 3. It's only quarter to 1. Okay, well, we're not going. Yeah, I'm getting tired of talking all by myself, and we've been an hour and a half, so we're not going to be too much longer. I probably only have about 20 more photos. DJ Play Nice. And Susan Dolan says, even the blue bunnies on a stick. Yeah, the blue bunnies, yeah, that was all sugar. Yeah, that was all sugar. Candy. Yep, even the blue bunnies on the stick, everything. West didn't come on the can. No, because I'm using YouTube as opposed to StreamYard's streaming platform, and YouTube doesn't allow me to have. Maybe if I paid more for a premium service, it could, but right now you're stuck with me. But I will. You know what? I'll have West on next week. I'll make a point of having West Kagle on next week. So here we go. And now that can't be the scene out of Back to the Future, because I promise you that is in Quetzaltenango in western Guatemala. But that sure does look like a little bit like the clock tower, doesn't it? So yeah, again, pictures from the markets. It was just a real festive scene, social scene, just a few days before Christmas. And this lady, now she's walking around, and I didn't see her raise her hands to stabilize this once. She's walking around the whole time without even putting an arm up. And it looks like some sort of, well, was it popcorn? It's either popcorn or roasted corn nuts. Because they did a lot of roasted corn nuts and roasted popcorn as well. But yeah, she was just carrying around on her head like that. Gotta love it. Hill Valley, yes, and exactly, Old Man Bird. That does look like Hill Valley, doesn't it? Lemon Pie says, "Oh, I didn't know YouTube won't let you have a panel, but I don't stream, so I wouldn't know that stuff." Well, tonight it's not Lemon Pie. It's possible that I don't know what I'm doing. Always keep in mind, it is quite possible that I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, and again, just beautiful architecture. And yeah, they did up that street light on the left-hand side to look like a Christmas bulb on top of the lamp pole, which was nice. But this is at the market, and that is the church, which is in the main town square in Quetzaltenango. And I just thought it was fascinating architecture. And yes, a Christmas tree. They did have a Christmas tree. They seem to me, in my opinion, they seem to be very religious in Guatemala. And yeah, they most definitely had the Christmas tree, and we're celebrating Christmas. A lot of fireworks. Hey, Suzanne Eckstein. Good to see you, Suzanne. Cheers to you. We're just looking at Christmas in Guatemala. Indeed. I might have to do a Christmas stream where I show Christmas trees from all over the world and get people to guess where that Christmas tree is from. Yes, and here's some more of the graffiti that I found. Not necessarily accurate graffiti, but it is nonetheless graffiti. I just thought that was interesting. Lemon Pie says, "You're doing fine solo, but you mentioned you were by yourself as if you want panel company." Well, I do, because it's just a lot of talking, and my mouth gets tired as much as I do enjoy talking, obviously. West Kagle, yes, 2 + 2 = 5. Yep, that's correct. Greek Letter says, "Not knowing what you're doing makes life more interesting." I can definitely attest to that, my friend. And more difficult, but more interesting for the most part. You're absolutely right. And yeah, this is just the looking out from the hostel that I was staying at, looking over the church at night in the quaint little town. Suzanne is saying hello to Eugene Bird. And West Kagle says, there are four lights. You mean 2 plus 2 lights? Yeah, exactly. And here's overlooking the town from where I was staying, which was quite a. If you're staying in a town like this, if you can go to the outskirts and maybe up on the hillsides, you can get cheaper deals on hostels, and they have quite a nice view. They often have a nice view, as you can see. There you go, just overlooking the town at dusk. And yes, Greek letters. 1 plus 1 does equal 11. Well, I guess in a way. Lemon Pie says, "Didn't you say that 2 plus 2 is 5 is a political statement down there?" Yeah, I yes, I believe it was a political statement. I can't guess at what exactly it was trying to say. Maybe critical of the education system or the government in general. But I believe that was a political statement. Yeah, I agree. Lemon Pie. Yeah, I think so. How long ago were these pictures? When was this trip? This was in 2014, West Kagle, which 10, 11 years ago. It doesn't seem that long. It does not seem that long ago, my friend. 2014 just seems like that was the year before Trudeau got elected, man. That was fucking not that long ago. And yeah, this is just taking a picture of one of the high streets in that town, just to give you an idea of what the common street scene would look like. And yeah, the giant Christmas tree up on the roof. Well, it's not a real tree, but it is an imitation Christmas tree on the right hand side. And Greek letter says, "Don't laugh, you ignorant people. That's advantaged mathematics equations." DJ Play Nice says, 3 is the magic number. Yes, it is the magic number. Somebody knows their Orwell, says Susan Dolan. I don't know Orwell as well as I should. I know that much. Okay, this is a graveyard, and I just thought it was incredibly colorful. That is the most upbeat graveyard I have ever seen in my life. I've seen a few around the world. The one in Paris that has Jim Morrison's grave in it. I don't think I saw his grave, but I drove by the graveyard. I wasn't a fan of Jim Morrison at the time. But yeah, this is a Guatemalan graveyard, and it's just really colorful. I get they don't want it to be drab for their relatives that are there, I suppose. Okay. Yep. Don't laugh, you ignorant people. That's the advantage of mathematics equations, says Greek letters. According to Greek government in the 90s, 0 plus 0 equals 14. That's a true story. Really? Wow. Okay, West Kagle says, isn't 2 plus 2 equals 5 from 1984? That's the Orwell Suzanne Dolan was speaking of. If so, it is a political statement against the government and against government censorship and corruption, I'm sure you meant. If the government corroded, that wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, it is from 1984, says Greek letters. Okay, there you go. The 2 plus 2 equals 5 is from 1984. I highly recommend getting both Animal Farm and 1984. Good advice, Susan Dolan. Coercion. Oh, okay, government coercion. Got it. West Kagle. Yeah, I would like to. I saw the movie in 1984. I would like to own the book, and I've bought Animal Farm, although I don't have it currently. Also, here's another picture of that's the shower. That's how you're going to get your hot water. Now, this one didn't have the cover over it. Uh, a lot of these shower heads have a plastic cover, a white that goes over the top of the shower head so that the contactors aren't exposed. That's what we're looking at right now is the electrical contactors. And yeah, so that was extra sketchy. One of the times I was very happy to be only 5'6". Yeah, You just turn it on and you hope you don't get electrocuted. Is how that works. And yeah, you can see that it is indeed used using wire. It's tied up to the pipe above it, so that's nice and secure. Fully inspected, and yeah, if you like, you can have one of these installed in your home. Probably saves on fuel because you're not heating an entire tank of hot water for hours and hours. Okay, and there's the same church, just all decorated up in the town square where the markets took place in Quetzaltenango in the Guatemalan highlands in the west. And yeah, here's again market shot. And I wish I could move me out of the way, but I cannot. I've tried several times and I can't. No, I can't move me out of the way. Anyway, that is a picture of a decorated market leading up to Christmas. And I'm covering some of the good stuff, but that's okay. And yeah, this dude, so this little boy, he was he was selling bags of peanuts in the wheelbarrow, and so he would drive around with the wheelbarrow and just selling the peanuts in little bags and little bowls. And yeah, I did not try any, but yeah, there's lots and lots of peanuts there. Don't know why. Maybe perhaps they grow peanuts in Guatemala. And this seemed to be, yeah, this was some sort of a concert that just came out of nowhere. These guys were all with the trumpets, and this was the band leader in the front there, very snazzily dressed, very fancy, and just very high level of musicians in this little town. It was quite nice to see. It was just a sporadic Christmas concert for some reason. Now, my Spanish isn't good enough to read. Is that a concert, or it could even be a political gathering? I don't know, but it definitely seemed to be a sponsored concert of some sort. And oh, here we go. If you ever wanted to see, this is the district Quiche. That is that's a real district, I guess. And that I think that's how you spell it or pronounce it, is Quiche. And if you notice, they don't have 911. It's oh, it's QUI 090. Apparently, for so 090 is the for emergency services 090. There we go. Excuse me for clearing my throat into the microphone. Apologize for that. Susan Dolan in the chat says, Spidey, try and find the Signet Classic version of 1984. The Signet Classic the Signet was yeah, they were publishing companies. I'm familiar with that name, the Signet Publishing Company. Don't buy any new reprints as they're trying to wokeify it. Oh hell yeah, Susan Dolan. They also put a warning out in the front because it's problematic. Yeah, I'm surprised we can find it anymore. How many eggs do you use in your quiche, sir? The quiche police. Who you gotta call? Quiche. Yeah. I guess so. And there's again the church all decorated up for Christmas. And this was, oh yeah, that same market that I showed back here. Right there. Here it is, a bigger picture in the evening. And just a beauty. The market really was the center of the town. It was the center of nightlife. Lots of stray little kitties roaming around here, and stray little doggies too. Uh, so there are lots of little puppies and doggies and cats that you can feed. And okay, so here again with the pinatas, and with the Spider-Man pinata, of course, up top, and all the pinatas you can buy for New Year's and Christmas, and all the candy down below. And well, some cleaning products as well, but cleaning products and candy, I don't know that they go together. Ooh, and this is Old Friend whiskey. This is the Old Friend whiskey, and it's oh, wait a minute. What is the currency of Guatemala? Is that the Quetzal? Is Guatemala? Maybe because that's a Q39. I see a Q39. I bet you maybe it's Guatemala that has the Quetzal. Now I gotta Google it. West, if you were here, you could help me out with this, buddy. Holy shit! Yeah, it's not Costa Rica. It is the Quetzal, the Guatemalan Quetzal. So there you go. It is definitely the. I thought it was Costa Rica. I misspoke. It is Guatemala, and there's the Q in the front of that price. If you can read it, 39.90. That the Q stands for Quetzals. And out of curiosity, one Quetzal equals about 15 cents American. One Guatemalan Quetzal is 15 cents American. And I do have some behind me, but I didn't pull them up. I should have. But either way, the Guatemalan Quetzal. Yep, that's it. With the bird, no doubt. And here's I thought that was a nice shot with the full moon above the church. The original shot is bigger and it does show the whole moon and more of the church. But this is in this format. This is what we have: a full moon with the church just a few days before Christmas. And yeah, there was this lady was carrying around this can that had incense in it, and it was burning and smoking incense, and lots of candles at the front step, and people offering prayer at the church. And again, just leading up to Christmas. I don't know if they do this all year round, but certainly this time of year for Christmas they do. And there was a fair bit of incense in that can. She had quite a bit of smoke coming out of there. That was indeed pretty nice. And I thought this guy was kind of cool. He's just an old farmer, just walking around with a machete. That's that's just how he goes about his daily business, walking around in rubber boots and a machete. Machete. Old man Bird says you showed us a coin with a square hole in the middle once. Yes. Yep. That's exactly. I believe you're right. That was from Guatemala. Good memory, old man Bird. Yeah, I do have them right behind me here. I could. I was out hunting earlier just before this stream at a buddy's house, and I didn't have time to pull out the currency, so that is my bad. And here, so you don't have to take chicken buses for shorter distances around Guatemala. You can take these little smaller buses and slightly more modern, slightly more comfortable. Greek letter says 1984 is by default woke. How are they going to try and wokeify it? They will. They'll they'll change it so that you don't get the lessons that are meant to be learned, perhaps from it. Yeah, I did say chicken bus, West Kagle. Those are the brightly painted buses, the old American school buses that they sell to Guatemala, and then they and Mexico and Central America. And they drive them all over the places with music and balloons and brightly colored paint jobs usually. And so, oh yeah, so those are the fireworks for sale in that bucket on the left hand side, and this is just a typical market scene. And again, yeah, just this is where you go to catch the buses and hang out here in the just in the side outside of town, uh, outside of the center. And they write in chalk on the bus windscreen on the windshield the destinations. So yeah, a lot of these places in developing worlds, they might not have a printed schedule posted anywhere, but on the vehicle itself, there'll be a sign that'll say, or in this case, they write it right on the windshield, where they're going to. Greek letters in the chat says, "Do they have flea markets mainly for food, as we have in Greece?" It seemed to be food and household products. Yeah, yeah, I would say from what I've seen around Guatemala, yes. Oh, this went sideways. Now, why did? All right, well, sorry, folks. We didn't have an accident and a rollover. This photo's sideways, and it's not meant to be. I don't know why this is doing this, folks. I apologize, but this woman is selling. Ooh, it looks to be papaya. This woman is sideways. Now we're not really sideways. The photo is sideways, but this is on a bus, and see the people will come up and walk up and down the bus. Everywhere the bus stops, people will get on, and they will walk up and down the aisles selling food. And this lady is selling papaya. I apologize for it being sideways. That was weird. Oh, and so chicken buses. Yes, West Kagle. Yep, I managed to capture discreetly a photo of the gentleman sitting next to me and his wife, and they indeed were. Those are live chickens on the bus. Um, Farmers use them for transporting livestock of all kinds. Chickens in particular. I haven't seen pigs, but yes, definitely chickens. So there you go. There's a chicken on the chicken bus. Ooh, and fireworks. A lot of these were homemade fireworks. Anything in the red paper was homemade, which were my favorite kinds because they usually have more powder. And yeah, these are all fireworks that they were selling just on the street corners leading up to New Year's and Christmas. Christmas and New Year's both. Just lots and lots of fireworks. And Greek letter says, over here, we have an open market in different regions of the cities on a daily basis for food, mainly vegetables from farmers. I think some Latin countries have that as well. Yeah, that's exactly, yes. And China as well, Greek letters. That is what, that's my experience. Yes, I agree. That is what I've seen. And this is the town square, just all lit up for Christmas, which I thought was nice. And Old Man Bird, hey, it's good to see you as yourself in the chat, Old Man Bird. And I just thought that was a funky kind of statue for a town square. I'm not sure who she is, but if anyone does, William Shakespeare probably would have an idea. Oh my goodness, it's already 11 p.m. Pacific. We've been going almost 2 hours, folks. Susan Dolan in the chat says, Greek letters. Orwell wrote the book in 1948, and it was published in 1949 after his death. He just looked at his world and postulated what it would look like in 1984. That's what he wrote about. Whew, well, yeah, I'll be damned. Okay, so here's some more of, yeah, the chalupas. Sorry, not chalupas. That's different. Churros, the Mexican deep fried donuts. They have them in Guatemala with chocolate sauce and apparently mustard. Huh. I'll be damned. But yeah, those are churros. Love the churros. And DJ Play Nice on cue says, I'm going to make me some food. Got to be done. Belly's been calling louder and louder. I'll catch the rest with the replay crew. Thanks for hosting and sparking many pleasant memories. Rock. Hey, thanks for being here, old man. DJ Play Nice. An Old Man Bird says, don't hurt him. We're just about done. Oh, here's some more fireworks and candy. Now, is this fireworks or candy? No, that's candy. That is all candy. Candy. And this is the beautiful facade of that same church, which I think I've shown that before. And Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective says in the chat, most street vendors look more safe than sugar cookies made in India. Yep, I completely agree with that, my friend. And this is inside that church for a Christmas mass, if you will. Again, yeah, it seemed like a very religious place, Guatemala. Okay, here we go. Now, yeah, DJ Plain Ice, I hope you're gone because this, this, it's like a Guatemalan donair, Greek letters. I don't know how else to say it. It was like a kind of like a donair with tzatziki sauce and well, it was kind of more of a mayonnaise based, but anyway, it's basically a Guatemalan donair with that was lamb and right on the homemade tortilla. I thought that was really good. Wow, I do have a lot of photos of food, DJ Play Nice. Sorry about that. Oh, and this had to take a picture of this just because I thought it was funny. It's Squiz Citrus Punch West Kagle. Not 2 liters. That's not two. That's not a liter of cola. That's not 2 liters of cola. That is 3 litros. 3 liters of Squiz Citrus Punch. Yeah, Greek letter says they stole our tzatziki. Well, a version, a Guatemalan version of it. Yes. And here's your fresh food market. That's what you were talking about, Greek letters. This is early in the morning, and just out getting all the fresh fruit and all the fresh food for the day. And again, the town square, and I just really like those big. I mean, they're a kind of fern. They're a kind of palm tree. Is it a fan palm tree? Is that what they call those? And there's another one that's a pen. It's spelled panda anus, but pronounced pandanus. That might be a version of the pandanus palm that I in that's in Australia. But I'm not a plant guy. But that could be the panda anus or the pandanus or a fern palm, if you will. So Australia has them. And there's yeah. So if you think it's gonna be spacious on the buses getting around Central America, think again because it's more profitable for them since there's no laws or regulations that are enforced. It's more profitable if they jam as many people in there as they can. Yeah, there you go. See, we passed this vehicle. Yes, do you see the back end of that Toyota pickup truck? Like that, it's damn near touching the back wheels. Do you see that, West Cagle? Uh, the back of that pickup truck. There's so many people on that vehicle. That's damn near touching those back wheels. And Greek letters says panda anus. Sounds interesting. Tell me more. Well, no, it's pandanus. It's a type of palm fern tree in Australia, and I've seen it in a lot of places, a lot of tropical places actually. But again, I'm not a zoologist person. Yeah, that's typical though. You see that a lot in Central America. Oh yeah, the truck photo. Indeed, old man bird. How far down the streets of Austin on the highway would you get driving that? Probably not far. And yeah, again with the and they not only people, no, they had building materials and supplies in there. The people are standing on the building supplies. That's another reason why it was so heavy. Gotta love it. And again, just the countryside in Guatemala. It was very scenic, not overdeveloped. A lot of areas all around Guatemala look like this. Just very rural. And Greek letters in the chat says, that's a normal load for pickup trucks. We do it all the time. That's fantastic. Man, what I don't know if you were here earlier, but I said I would love to get to. I've been to a lot of places, but specifically Turkey. I've got a friend um, in Turkey right now. I'd love to get over to Turkey. And if you're in Turkey, well, you might as well go to Greece because it's right there, and Egypt. You might as well do the three of them because they're all there together. So that's high on my that's those are the three places I want to go before I kick the bucket. If I kick the bucket, that's a big if. I've woken up every day so far. All right, this is the final photo, folks. This is the final picture. This is an acquaintance of mine named Mike, and we are in a little cafe that he owns and runs. It's called Crossroads Cafe, and it's a coffee shop, and it's right on the shores of Lake Atitlan, maybe a block up from the shore. Uh, Crossroads Cafe. It's I haven't I sent him an email a while ago, but I haven't heard from him in years. But Mike, if you're out there, I know you're from the Seattle area. He was him and his family are fans of the Vancouver Canucks because Seattle doesn't have their own hockey team. And yeah, he saw my T-shirt and gave me a tour of his coffee, of behind the scenes of his coffee shop. And yeah, he's actually you can go online to Lake Atitlan Crossroads Cafe, and I believe you can order uh, roasted coffee beans delivered to your door from this shop. I haven't done it, but I should. Yeah, and he was just a real nice guy. He was an American, obviously, and living in Guatemala, right on the shores of Lake Atitlan in that town, Panajatel. So yeah, shout out to Mike and all of our American friends. So yeah, that's it, folks. That are those. That's it. Done. Thanks for being here. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective says, I found another free movie site called Retro Movie. Some interesting movies on it. I've not heard of that. So that is very cool. Rancor Steve, you're showing up just at the very end, my friend. Great to see you, Rancor Steve. Hey, thanks, West Kagle. I'm glad you liked the pictures. And thank you, Lemon Pie. I'm glad you liked the stream. Rancor Steve, we've been going 2 hours and 2 minutes. So I got to get up in about less than 7 hours, and I'm gonna go try and kill a deer. So I want to make sure that I have my wits about me for that. So thanks for being here, everyone. Those are rookie numbers. 2 hours. I know, Rancor Steve. Well, that tonight, that's what I've got. That's what I'm dealing with tonight. Because I got to get up early and go get the deer. How am I gonna have a deer heart for on your Manorama stream if I don't go actually get the deer? So thank you so much for being here, everyone. Rancor Steve, West Kagle, all of you in the chat, all of you, Greek Letters, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, West Kagle, Susan Dolan, Suzanne Eckstein, Old Man Bird. Just really happy to have everyone here. Nemesis of Eden, of course, was in here. West Kagle, I said you, Lemon Pie, Molecular Arts, Gunnar, 1956. Mr. Tickletrunk was here. Maddie's daddy was here. FKHC, Tim was here. Kimberly, David Jones was here. Jason Love, Herc 130, Sashi just left us a little while ago. Miskatonic Madman, and Rusty Rivers. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Again, Guatemala is fantastic. Hopefully, I showed you some beautiful pictures of Guatemala that would encourage you to go and explore. And if you're a bit nervous about going, you don't want to, you've never been to a developing country yourself. If you're a bit nervous, drop me a line, and I, if you're paying my ticket, I will come. I will play tour guide. I will play tour guide like a motherfucker. Wouldn't that be a good job? Holy crap! If I could get that for a job, that'd be awesome. Hey, thanks. Thanks for the love, Kimberly. Great to see you. Jason Love, awesome to have you here. Thanks for being here. Adios, muchachos, says Greek Letters. Hail and good night, Susan Dolan. And thanks, Rancor Steve. Hopefully we have a great hunt. All right, good night, everyone. And next week, I hope to be back on StreamYards, and we'll have a guest co-host, so I don't have to do so much talking. And Wes Kagle, you're always welcome, my friend. All right, good night. Thanks, everybody. And yeah, we're going to end the stream. Yes.